So this morning, Xbox, they broke the internet acquiring Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, a studio ownership move that means Microsoft, they now technically own Call of Duty, Warcraft, Overwatch, Starcraft, and that list, it goes on. So with that luck, hit subscribe and let's take a quick look at what this potentially means for Xbox and all the titles that now actually come under their brand. Also, what does this potentially mean for the studios and how this could even be a huge win for Game Pass. So Microsoft, they're out here flexing right now. I thought Bethesda was a big move, but they just went and picked up Call of Duty. Now I know, like, the game, you love it or you hate it, but there's no question here. That is a power play right there, arguably the biggest shooter in the world. It could be day one on Game Pass. Yearly releases as well with Call of Duty thanks to two studios, Infinity Ward and Treyarch. That fits the Game Pass formula perfectly. Doubting the series value as well, saying, maybe it wasn't worth it. It sold $3 billion worth of product in 2019 alone. Halo and COD next to each other though, that covers a huge amount of bases for players right there, and it gets even stronger when you factor in this also means Overwatch as well, and specifically Overwatch 2. Now granted, with any already, pre-made agreements like Overwatch 2 coming to PlayStation, let's say, no doubt they will still honour these agreements. But at the same time, I also wouldn't be surprised to maybe see them roll back some of these ideas. Who would blame them? You spend $70 billion, you absolutely deserve that flex. It's not just shooters either, with multiple studios under Activision Blizzard as well. We are talking Crash Bandicoot, a classic of the platforming world. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, now after its recent return to form, that is huge for me personally. Spyro, another platforming giant. How about Diablo and Starcraft? And that's me barely getting into what these studios output. What makes me more excited than anything else though is the IPs we could potentially see return, see them bring back. Prototype, for example, that is a game I'd love to see them get a new entry out on. True Crime, that's an old one as well that I'd also love to see make a comeback. What happened to IPs like this? Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe they don't even have ownership over these names at this point, but I still think it's kind of exciting to think about what could be. What risks are they now willing to take with a giant like Microsoft behind them? This, of course, then could be huge for Game Pass in 2022. Now, while reports are saying the acquisition is expected to close in fiscal year 2023, for Xbox, that fiscal year begins in July of this year. That means there's a good chance this takeover will be complete, and Xbox will be the third largest game development studio in the world behind Tencent and Sony. For me, though, the most exciting bit of all of this, new games are good, don't get me wrong, but there's always a wait involved with them. What happens the day of the acquisition? Remember when they picked up Bethesda, we got a huge drop of their titles on Game Pass for free? Well, I expect to see that same thing here. That means Overwatch, Call of Duty, Vanguard, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Crash Bandicoot 4, just a few examples. These could all dive into our Game Pass libraries in the near future. Let me know in the comments below though, are there any titles you'd want to check out on Game Pass that you maybe hadn't got around to yet, or didn't really feel like parting with your cash for? Finally, I think the last thing we need to talk about then is what does this mean for the teams over at Activision Blizzard? And I'd say the main hope here that we've all got is Bobby Kotick is gone. CEO and general scumbag, he's been desperately holding on now for a while after, the allegations and the reports of the behaviour, the culture within the company, and hopefully now this is where we say farewell and never have to hear his name again. I'm already seeing reports though released stating he will remain in his role, and some of course are upset. But remember, this acquisition is not complete. They have zero power over the studio currently, and no one in this scenario is going to be like, sure, we'll buy you, but then we'll fire you. That is just not how business works. I do, however, have a lot of faith in Phil Spencer. I think he listens, he understands this community, and it's a topic he addressed himself directly. I think he is very proactive on having good working conditions and good working culture within Microsoft. Check out the wording on the release from Microsoft as well. It states, yes, he will remain in his role, but once the acquisition is complete, the studios will report into Phil directly. Hopefully that means they kick him out the door near instantly. This is crazy stuff though. Overall, perhaps one of the biggest acquisitions in gaming history alongside Bethesda. Microsoft though, they are kicking off 2022 the right way, and I cannot now wait to see where they go next. I'm also curious to see the reaction from the Call of Duty community as well. For many, this is going to be game changing at this point, and Game Pass, it's getting, or at least it appears to be getting, more and more valuable by the day. Are you excited though, not interested? What do you think of the news? Anything you're excited to see, or at least hope to maybe see? Let me know in the comments down below. With that then, hit subscribe, join us here on Xbox Corner for deals, reviews, Game Pass breakdowns, and news now it appears. And yeah, I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.